Hi guys, and welcome back to This Week On. So I'm not sure if you can see it. I have this little cuff thing. I'm trying to figure out what side to put the cuff on. And then I realized there's really only one option of where to put it. On your left. So this week, we are back with the Marvel content. March 19th, Falcon and the Winter Soldier drops. I am so excited for this series. For those of you who don't know much about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, basically, Falcon and the Winter Soldier are two characters from the comics and from previous MCU movies. They are basically Captain America's two best friends, his buddies, his sidekicks, whatever you want to call them. Those are the two people that Captain America, Steve Rogers himself, trusted the most in the entire world. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, you're definitely going to want to watch it before watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because this series, much like WandaVision, is going to pick up right where Avengers Endgame left off. So, at the end of Avengers Endgame, Captain America, Steve Rogers, returned from putting back all the Infinity Stones and going and living a really long life with Peggy. And he showed up to give Sam Wilson the Captain America shield, choosing him as the next Captain America to move forward in the timeline. And Bucky, of course, is the Winter Soldier. So there you go, you have your two people, Sam Wilson, the Falcon, aka New Captain America, and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, aka Captain America's best friend from the 1940s. Now, Sam and Bucky are two men from very different time periods who have different senses of humor and different ways of seeing the world. However, they both mutually respect each other, at least a little bit, because of their connection to Steve. So this series is going to kind of test the bounds of their partnership. This series is going to be like the Marvel version of a buddy comedy, where you're going to have these two guys who are very, very different from one another try to figure out how to make the world a better place the way that they both hope to, along with their friend Steve, but both having the pressures of not being Steve Rogers, Captain America. This series is going to be set at a major conflict for Sam as he struggles to figure out his identity after being the Falcon, being given the shield to be the next Captain America, but the US government having a different pick for Captain America. Which, if you know anything about the government and S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU movies, it means not to trust them. They're always, usually almost always, against whatever Captain America is trying to accomplish. So, being his successors in a way, Sam and Bucky are going to have to continue to push forward Cap's mission, fight back against this choice from the US government of who the next Captain America is, while also being revisited by Zemo, their foe from Civil War. That was all in my little movie announcer voice. So like I said, we're gonna see the return of Sam, of Bucky, of Zemo, and of Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter's niece, who I know it's super confusing in the timeline, and I hate it because it's a little bit creepy because Steve was once romantically involved with Sharon, but then we know he goes back to be with Peggy, so it's did he really just kiss his niece? But the Russo brothers themselves have come out and said that the Steve that basically goes back in time and shows up as the old man is from a different timeline thing. We're all in the multiverse now, and that's really confusing. But basically, it's not, but that's just one of those things you're just gonna have to be it's a contradiction of the timeline, we're just gonna pretend that it doesn't happen, just push that over there. What I'm most excited for with this series is the fact that it's going to be extremely grounded for the MCU. Now, we all just finished WandaVision. We all have our own opinions about WandaVision. We're not going to get into that. But WandaVision is so out there. The MCU post Phase 2 became very the Infinity Saga and going to space, post Guardians of the Galaxy. The universe has continued to expand and expand and expand. There's never really been a movie that comes back down to Earth level and is what are all the implications of all of this? Because when you're fighting Thanos and trying to save the whole universe, it's yeah, no one really cares if the Avengers complex is destroyed or what's going on with S.H.I.E.L.D., if it's Hydra or whatever. In a show like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think we're really gonna get to explore that ground level and get back to what the MCU was originally, go a little darker in a different direction, have a very serious tone, which will be a nice shift after having WandaVision. And I honestly kind of think that some people will go back to WandaVision to kind of have that escapism, whereas I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be very, very like poignant in the types of conversations they have about Sam trying to take over as Captain America, his position as a black man, as a veteran, Bucky's place in the world as a former, basically terrorist, trying to adapt to this modern lifestyle and now in a reformed life as a hero. There's also a scene from one of the trailers where it looks like the two of them are maybe in like some form of like couples therapy almost, but again, touching on the psyche of these characters and the deeper, more human emotions like behind these superhero things that we see on screen. Anthony Mackie has kind of revealed that through the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we are really gonna dig deep into who Sam Wilson is and how he became the man that we know as the Falcon and now the new Captain America. Because the first time we met Sam, on your left, was when he was Captain America's running partner. I hope that him being an Air Force veteran is explored because I think that's one of the really cool sides of Captain America. And Sam Wilson is one of my favorite characters in the MCU just because, very much like Hawkeye, he can't really fly. They're just wings that help him fly, and he doesn't have any super soldier serum in him or gamma rays or an arc reactor. He is really just a guy who got caught up in this superhero stuff, and now he's being faced with all the implications of like what that means. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will release weekly on Fridays, and I think it's gonna be 8 episodes. I'll put in editing if I'm incorrect with that. I don't know, I'm kind of just excited to just see like normal human beings. Not that I don't love my sorcerers or witches or like just space aliens, like love all of them, but I'm excited to be in this grounded portion of the MCU once again. With all of that being said, I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Tell me what you're watching down below. How excited are you for Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Do you not care about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Are you more like, I'm just gonna go on snooze fest until Loki comes back up? I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my very next video. Bye. Also, I just have to have it said, on your left is my favorite MCU quote. It's my favorite line. I think it's the funniest thing. I don't know why. Captain America and the Winter Soldier is one of my favorites. I know some people don't like it, and that's why I'm curious to see if people won't like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I think tonally they'll be similar, but yeah, on your left, that's kind of my thing.